Hey guys, and welcome to the first episode of Film Photography Outdoor in Reunion Island. Now today we're going to shoot film, specifically speaking, with my Canon 1000 FN, and I'm going to use this film, the KODAK COLORPLUS. Now let me tell you a little bit where we are. We are in Reunion Island on Indian Ocean. I am currently standing at the top of 250 meters from the altitude of the sea. I think I said it right. Climbing here was a pain in the freaking ass. It was dark. Sometimes I ask myself, why am I doing this? It was cold. I could not see anything. It was dangerous. I can't. But I made it. So we're going to shoot some film and have some fun. So I'm going to take a shot behind you, which is somewhere there. So I have this beautiful coastline and the wave is hitting the wall. So I'm going to catch the moment. So with the digital, it should be really easy. But the real challenge will be with the film because I'm kind of stuck in 200 ISO. So that means that I have to use whatever shutter it requires to get the right light. So let's jump into it. So let me get the lights. I think I've got the perfect composition. Let's say I'm going to change the ISO at 200. The only reason why I'm doing it because I'm going to match the ISO of my film. So in that case, I have to raise the shutter speed, aperture to, let's say, I think f16 is going to be the ideal one. And then it's getting dark, so I'm going to slow down the shutter speed. I have my histogram on, which is very good, so I'm going to manually focus everything. In fact, to make it easy, I'm going to use my shutter release, so I think that's the easiest option. Composition is perfect because the coastline is right in the middle. So I just took one shot with that digital Canon 70D and I'm going to load my film. It's going to be fun. So first thing first, I'm going to load the battery inside the camera. The reason why I'm doing this is because apparently this camera is not the best for keeping the battery life, so I decided to load the battery whenever I need. And by the way, this is the first time ever I'm going to use any kind of film camera in my life, so there is a lot of room for error, and I'm going to load the Canon, the KODAK COLORPLUS, and my hands are really shaking because I've never ever done this before. I did some Google search, but I should keep all the garbage in my pocket because we are in the nature. I did some Google search, but that's about it. I actually manually never loaded a roll of film. I think I should keep this one because it's supposed to have some kind of instruction, or maybe not. Ladies and gentlemen, my first ever film. I'm very excited and I'm very scared because it's going to cost me a lot of money if I screw up. So I'm going to open that. What I understand, I'm supposed to load this somewhere like that. I hope I'm not making any mistake, huh? Seriously. Otherwise it's going to be a very expensive mistake. So what I'm supposed to do is supposed to put it there and make sure it's locked with that tooth, I think. and close it. Can you hear that? So it's basically loading the film to 24. So it's saying I have 24 exposure. Yes. So the first step is done. It looks a lot easier than I expected it to be, so I'm very excited. Now, showtime. Now I'm going to change my camera, so it's going to take a little bit of time. Anyway, I'm going to fast forward it for you because I'm sure that you're not really interested on that part. But to be honest with you, this is the part of photography because you have a lot of work to do other than just capturing a photo. Trust me when I say that. So I'm going to be very careful because I don't want any dust inside any of the camera, especially the digital ones. They are very prone to having dust in the sensor. So you have to be very careful. Close it like that. So that's done. I'm going to leave it on the side somewhere behind me, very, very gently. Now, I have to load my camera. I'm having trouble a little bit. I think it's too tight. Come on. So first thing, I have got my ISO ready, which is very good. I've got my height ready, but everything else, I've got this little pen and the notebook. So I'm going to write down the date, camera, lenses, millimeters, and all the settings of my photograph. So looks like I have no room for my shutter release in this camera, or am I missing something? If not, then it's going to be a pain in the ass. So I don't. That's unbelievable. So I have to basically make sure that, I think I have a timer here, so I have to use 10 seconds time. So first thing, the exposing. Here's the interesting part. In the manual focus, I don't have any kind of digital zoom as I had in my Canon 70D. So I have to trust my eye a lot in this case. At f16 and 1/90th of shutter speed is giving me a slightly overexposed, which is very important because the sky is really bright and my foreground is really dark. So my mirror, I'm sure about it, that is focusing on the sky rather than the foreground. So, and also the film has advantage of overexposing, which is brilliant. So in this case, you can easily overexpose because you should expose for the shadow in film and expose for the highlight in digital. So I've done that, so I'm going to do a 10-second. And what I'm trying to wait for, I'm trying to wait for a wave to hit the wall. And if I make it, I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. If you look through the shutter, the viewfinder, you can see that the wave is supposed to hit. The moment it hits, I'm going to press the shutter button. So I hope it works because that's exactly my intention. And you can see my settings right there, which is brilliant. So everything looks perfect. I'm happy about it. And it's time to make the move. Maybe it's a good photo, maybe it's a bad photo, but this is going to be my first ever photograph taken with film in my life ever. You can easily say that I'm welcome in the club. Yes, in fact, I made it. It's fantastic. Maybe I can wait for a second exposure. So I'm going to zoom in quite a bit, and in this case I'm going to go to 1/300th of a second. Before I do that, I should write down. So exposure, that's enough. I can get the rest of the date from my digital version. So this is how you take notes. You can write better than that, but I prefer it that way. Now I'm going to shot my second one. I'm waiting for another moment for the wave to hit. It's taking forever. And now I'm going to, yep, I'm doing the timer, and this is the sound of the timer. How funny is that? Boom. So I'm done for the day. So I'm going to quickly take the note, which is I don't know how you're feeling, but this is a historical moment for me because this is the first ever serious photography I've ever done in film. and I'm scared because if I screw up, I'm going to lose money, and I cannot afford to lose money, and I'm taking the risk. So this is going to be fun. But however, the experience was phenomenal. I had to get up early in the morning, climb all the way up about 250 meters vertically in a dangerous road, and all for that. Well, it's not over because I'm gonna go back home, edit this video, and then planning for the next 22 shots that I'm going to take around Reunion Island. So stay tuned. Apologies for any mistake, any kind of weirdness, but I think I've made it. I see you next time. Look after yourself, and bye-bye.